Hey guys, it's Kaylee with Simply Kaylee, and today I kind of wanted to, this isn't going to be an official video, but it kind of is. It's going to be more in vlog form, but it's going to be a video to show you how I grocery shop, which is probably different than the way most people shop. I shop at Aldi's, and it saves me a lot of money in general. My mom and some of her friends and a bunch of other people shopped at Aldi's, and they switched over in the amount that they saved. And you get more specialty items because she has the same budget that she did. So I got all of this for $88. And that kind of seems like a lot, but I mean, it's a lot of food. Plus, because I had a bigger budget this week, because I don't have any food at all in my house, I kind of made it so I had a bigger budget, and I bought a few specialty things that aren't regularly what you buy. So I'm going to kind of show you what the bags look like. Close the window first so there's not a glare. The first thing I got, which was $7, and I'm rounding up here on all of this stuff. $7 was this portable desk lamp, or portable lap desk. And the reason I got this was because I'm always doing work on my computer in my room on the bed, and my computer's always getting really hot, and it's worrying me that something's gonna happen to it. And so I just dropped all of this stuff. So I have been looking at buying one and putting it off, and when I went to Aldi's today, normally in the middle sections they have stuff that is based on the season, but it's normally like not food, which is, Aldi's has like toilet paper and stuff, but they don't have a lot of extra non-food items. But they normally have a row of non-food items. They could be like kitchen stuff to make your food. Like, I know they had cast iron skillets there. They have blenders, spatulas. During the summer they normally have a tent, like a tent to when you're hanging outside, or lawn chairs or gardening stuff. It's really like, it's not heavy duty expensive stuff either. It is on the cheaper side. It's probably not going to last you as long, but I mean, I have several things from there and I actually like it better. I actually have dishes from there. They're actually recycled and recyclable, and they're dishwasher and microwave safe, and they're these, and I have plates, bowls, 4 of each, and then they also had cups, but I do not have the cups because I already had enough cups, so I didn't want any. But I'm going to unpack all of this grocery stuff, and I'm going to show you kind of what I got, and tell you what a few of the prices are. Okay, so I've unpacked the cold stuff, so I can put that away first. And as I'm unpacking that, I realized I got a lot of stuff that isn't necessarily what I normally buy. I normally go for the cheaper option of stuff. For example, they have like, I want to say they're like $1, $2 pizzas. I don't really care for pizza, but I know I need it, so sometimes I buy pizzas. I'm looking on my list right now, and this time I got a specialty pizza that isn't as big, but it's a French bread pizza. And another thing you'll notice is they don't have the normal brands. They have all of their own brands, which actually some of the stuff that I bought there compared to the name brands at like Walmart or the grocery stores, I actually like better at Aldi's, which I've noticed. Sometimes they have better quality, but the French bread pizza was only $2. And then I got things like eggs. It's just a dozen large eggs, and their eggs are just regular eggs. They're not like crappy eggs. They're not about to expire or anything, which I've heard people say that, oh, that's why they're so cheap, is because they're about to expire, and that is not true. These actually don't expire till August 17th. And the eggs were only 89 cents, so $1. And then another of the specialty items that I don't know the cost of them, I'm not going to go through with everything, but I got some fresh mozzarella cheese. I really like fresh mozzarella cheese with my lunch meat. And I also, instead of buying regular lunch meat, I went ahead and bought prosciutto, which is a really expensive meat. And I want to say it's like, I don't know, $5 or $6 at Walmart, maybe more. And it is, I don't know, it's just a lot less. I do know that. It's just ridiculously a lot less. And I got like the ravioli that's already stuffed. This was like $3, which most of the stuff that has like they look like fancier packaging is probably gonna cost more. So I got that, and like I really like Braunschweiger, and they don't always have some of this stuff. Some of the stuff is specialty stuff. All the general stuff they're always going to have, like they always have pretty much all the stuff I listed already except the Braunschweiger and the pizza. The pizza they don't always have. And then they also have pre-hard-boiled eggs, which I'm not going to have time to hard-boil them all. And I have some recipes that I'm going to use the ones that aren't. And instead of just buying another one, I decided I'm just going to pre-buy hard-boiled eggs. They don't normally have those. And then I got things like apples and grapes, potato salad, which I normally make myself, but again, I don't think I'm gonna have time. And then they have all of the shredded cheese styles, the taco cheese style cheese, the Italian style cheese. They have all of their own. Friendly Farms is their dairy, or Happy Farms and Friendly Farms are their like dairy stuff. And they have really good yogurt. They have raspberry, cherry, blueberry, peach, and strawberry. And I got one of each. And then sour cream, butter. They have salted and unsalted for those that want to know. Chicken. To give you an idea, their chicken is $3.49 a pound, which is a lot cheaper. And then I got ground beef, and I got 2 pounds of that, and it was $6. So that is honestly not bad. So that's kind of what I got of the cold stuff. So you can see all of my cold stuff here. So I'm gonna put that away and get out the pantry stuff, and then I'll show you kind of what I got there. Okay, I'm back, and I put away all of the cold stuff. So this is what I've gotten pantry-wise, and for those of you that want to know, they have their own soups. They don't have like a lot of specialty soups, they have a few, but all of the canned stuff, like canned mushrooms, tomato sauce, tomato paste, cream of mushroom, cream of chicken, they do have like their version of Rotel. They have their versions of all the stuff, which like I said is good. Kidney beans. They have all of that kind of stuff. It may not necessarily be what you know it as. Like Rotel is it's a name brand, but that's just what we call it, just like Kleenex. But in Aldi's, they're salsa style tomatoes. So I did that, and then they have their own like mayonnaise, ranch dressings, and they have all of the dressings you could possibly imagine, and they normally change it up and have specialty ones too. And I wanted for sure to tell you their dressings are $1.29, so I round that up to $2. And if you just round up and if you add it up, you pretty much, once taxes included, you get everything in there, and it's going to be almost exactly that cost. They have everything from tortilla chips, their own version of Doritos, which I don't really like as much as Doritos, but if you're using it for a recipe, it's good. They have cheese puffs, which I'm going to be honest, I actually like these better than Cheetos cheese puffs. They have their own spaghetti sauce, which again, I normally make mine, but I'm in a hurry. They have their own salsa, and they have the hot and mild and medium and all that kind of stuff. Instead of Ritz crackers, they have buttery rounds. And then they have every type of pasta you could possibly imagine there. They were out of the lasagna pasta today, which I was kind of sad about. But they have everything you can possibly imagine. They have like eggplant and butternut squash and all of that stuff. One thing to know about Aldi's is you have to bring your own bags, or you have to use the boxes, which if you've been to Aldi's, you know what I'm talking about, the boxes that the food is in. But you can buy your own reusable bags, That's one great thing about Aldi's is it's good for the environment and it's great for you. And then they also have a freezer bag version, which is insulated, so all of your frozen stuff can stay safe. And I have a couple of each, and I just really like them. The initial cost, I honestly don't know what it is. And you can bring your own bags too. Like, it doesn't have to be Aldi's brand bags. I also have one from a local store in town. So, you know, you can bring your own bags, your own boxes, whatever you want to do. One of more great things about Aldi's are their carts are some of the best carts ever. And that is because not only all their carts are outside, but they're all covered, and you put a quarter in and it unlocks it. Some people are like, oh, but you spend a quarter to get a cart. When you put the cart away, you get the quarter back. So you're not losing a quarter, it's just an incentive for you to put the carts away. So they don't have carts all over, which is great for your cars too. So they don't have carts everywhere, which is a big deal for someone like me. I hate the carts where the wheels are all messed up, and these aren't. Some of them are bigger. We had this normal, like what I call Walmart carts before. Now they're the bigger carts that actually, like, if you have 2 kids, you have 2 spots to put them. So they have the bigger carts now where I am. I don't know if that's everywhere. I know where my mom is, they just got them, so maybe they're going everywhere. So the bags is something to know, but I've actually liked that better than the plastic bags. You just have to get used to not having a bunch of plastic extra bags around, which is actually good, because I have way too many, and now I'm kind of like dwindling down, but it's okay because I still have to make Walmart runs every once in a while. The carts, the prices, obviously, and sometimes the quality. For the most part, the quality is actually better. Sometimes it's not, but not on all their products, I don't think, but most, if not all, I'd say, have the double guarantee on the back, and you can read it, which means if you don't like it, you can replace the product and refund your money. So you can replace it by getting another one if something's wrong with it, or they'll just completely refund your money. And my mom and I made tons of cookies one time with their Crisco, which is one of the things that I don't suggest buying. But with their Crisco, we made it, and the cookies were awful. But we had made tons, so we had used about half of the Crisco. And we took it back, and the lady took it back without any questions. I'd say as long as it's not empty, you can take it back for a full refund. Like, don't abuse the system. I hate it when people do that because it ruins it for those of us that don't abuse the system. But it's a really great idea to shop at Aldi's, and if one's in your area or there's something like it, I definitely suggest shopping there. It's amazing. My roommates actually started shopping at Aldi's now because of it. My current roommate had already been shopping at Aldi's, but my last roommate had. And they have specialty stuff. Like this time they had donuts. And another thing is, I would say not all, obviously it's not possible to have all of it, but almost all of their stuff is recyclable, and not like the weird recyclable, like some places don't take certain plastics, or they're harder to find those recycling centers to take the plastics. Most of their stuff is easily recyclable, which is another thing I like, because I'm trying to be better about the waste that I use and saving money, and that's one way I just feel like I'm doing better. So there's less waste, better quality. In general, their stuff is better just because the carts aren't falling apart. Everything's the people. I've never found anyone so far. I'm sure there are people out there, so it's not a guarantee, but I've never found anyone so far that has ever been rude that's worked there. They didn't used to take credit cards without a service fee. So I don't know if it's everywhere, but again, around the same time that they changed the carts, they also started accepting credit cards without a service fee. Before that, it was pretty much just cash, and they don't take checks that I know of. I think it's just cash in credit card now. I don't know if they take checks, but it's definitely worth it either way. Even if they don't take credit card, it's definitely worth it to go and get the cash if you don't use cash to save the money. It's beyond worth it. So check out Aldi's. I can't think of anything else right now. I'm sure there's way more things that is benefit of Aldi's, but for right now, that's the reasons I can think to shop at Aldi's. Those are some items that I got at Aldi's, and remember, all of this stuff I got for under $100, which I'm not going to show you because I'm not in the position to go and buy all this stuff at Walmart, but I promise you, you could not buy all of this stuff at Walmart for under $100 without some major coupons. And that's another thing. I didn't have to use coupons for this. Aldi's doesn't have coupons. So my mom checks Walmarts and stuff every once in a while to see if there is a cheaper option, but if there's a sale going on. But for the most of the part, there's not, you know. All around, Aldi seems the better option so far. If that changes, I'll try to let you guys know. But if you have an Aldi's in your area, I definitely suggest checking it out. If you've heard about it in the past, it's known as the box store, is what my parents used to call it. So if you're going based on that, based on what you've heard about that, you have to know that the store has been completely revamped in the last, I don't know, I'd say 10 years or before that, at least 10 years at least. It has been revamped and is no longer considered the box store where, like, I don't where people on very low budgets went. It was considered dirty, and that is not the case anymore. It's very clean, it's very nice. All of their stuff is much nicer. So if you're going based on that, or if you're not going based on that, I would say definitely try and check it out again. And if it is in your area, don't completely say, oh, Aldi's is a bad store. Then maybe you just got a bad Aldi's. But I'd say I've been in several Aldi's and all of them have been very nice. So definitely give it a chance if you haven't, and just give it a try. I think you'll really like it, and you'll definitely save a lot of money. So enjoy and have a great day. Bye from Simply Kaylee.